Coming to the transfer function, we know if number of poles at origin, if it is 0, type number is 0, and the total power of s in denominator, it is 1, order is 1. And this diagram represents the starting point and ending point of polar plot. And here you can see type number 0 means it starts from the right side, and type number 1 means negative y-axis, type number 2 means negative x-axis, and type number 3 means positive y-axis. This is the starting point of polar plot. Ending point, you remember fourth quadrant is the ending point if order is 1. Okay, so right side positive x-axis and fourth quadrant, these are the starting and ending points. Beginning, this diagram, right side diagram, if you remember, it will be easy for drawing all the model polar plots. Okay, and now I'm going with a little bit of continuation. This diagrams already we discussed in the regular offline class. You can see here type 0 order 1. Okay, so this is type 1 order 2. You can see the start and ending, remaining things we will see later. And now this is type 0 and order 2, type 0 order 2. Okay, so all the polar plots, starting point omega value is 0, ending point omega value is infinite. Every polar plot starting point frequency omega value 0, corner frequency, and ending point omega value infinite in all the polar plots. And now coming to this, you can see this is type 0 and order 3, this is type 1 and order 3, this is a type 2 and order 4. Okay, starting ending points type 2 and order 5, so it will get repeated. All these diagrams we already have discussed. Now these are model graphs, and now we will go with the formal problem and its solution. And now this is the problem I am taking over polar plot first problem. You can see the given question is 1 by s into 1 plus s square. Okay, so 1 by s into 1 plus s square. If you see in this diagram, problem transfer function, number of poles at origin is 1, and total power of s in denominator is 3. Okay, so now type number is 1 and order is 3. Type number 1, order 3. Okay, I will roughly give you how the procedure should be. 1 by s into 1 plus s whole square. So our first problem, g of s equal to 1 by s into 1 plus s whole square. We have type number, okay, 1, and order is 3. So model polar plot should be, okay, so type 1 means negative y-axis, order 3 means second quadrant. This is x-axis, y-axis. Now I am going with the plot. This is type 1 and order 3. Okay, it will come to origin in the second quadrant. Give arrow mark. Yellow color is x-axis, y-axis, and blue color is the polar plot sample. Okay, model polar plot. Now starting point frequency value 0, ending point frequency value infinite. Okay, this is a model polar plot. Coming to the procedure in polar plot, so first thing, take the given equation as number 1. Wherever s is there, put j omega. It becomes 1 by j omega into 1 plus j omega whole square. Okay, so this is equation 2 and it is called Bode form. Wherever s is there, we substituted j omega. Now calculate magnitude and phase angle. Mod g of j omega, angle of g of j omega. Okay, now the first term j omega means it is 0 plus j omega. Real part is 0. Okay, so real part is 0. We are calculating the magnitude for 1 plus 0 plus j omega is the first term. Next term is 1 plus j omega whole square. For this entire thing, we have to calculate magnitude. And phase angle for 1 by 0 plus j omega is the first term. Then 1 plus j omega whole square. Okay, now denominator a plus jb means square root of a square plus b square, square root of a square plus b square. Finally we will get it as omega only. And the second thing we have 1 plus omega square, again square root of 1 plus omega square. This is the magnitude. This is the magnitude. Phase angle minus tan inverse imaginary by real. Denominator terms means minus tan inverse imaginary by real, minus 2 times tan inverse. Square is there, so minus 2 times tan inverse omega by 1. Okay. So this is the phase angle. This is the phase angle for the given question. Now further what I will do, this is equal to 1 by omega into 1 plus omega square. This is magnitude. Phase angle first term is minus 90, second term is minus 2 times tan inverse omega by 1. Okay, now we will prepare a tabular column. This is step number, so what all we have done, have a look what all we have done. So step number 1 is Bode form. Step number 1 is Bode form. Step number 2 is magnitude and phase angle calculation. Now I am going with step number 3. So step 3 is omega value, okay, magnitude value mod g of j omega, then phase angle value, angle of g of j omega. These two together called as polar coordinates. Magnitude and phase angle together called as polar coordinates. Okay, and from polar coordinates we have to convert to rectangular coordinates. So this two together is called polar coordinates, magnitude and phase angle. Okay, because this is magnitude and phase angle together called as polar coordinates. Convert this to rectangle coordinates, where we will have real part, okay, real of g of j omega, and imaginary of g of j omega, which becomes real and imaginary. Okay, real and imaginary part. Now omega value, if you see the corner frequencies from the given question, this is integral factor, no corner frequency. Will be given, and here 1 plus st form is there. Capital T is 1, okay, omega also 1. Capital T is 1 and omega equal to 1. Okay, this is of the form 1 plus st. So T value 1. S means j omega. T value 1. That's why this is the corner frequency. This is semicolon, not J. This is called corner frequency. So we have only one corner frequency from the given question. So here we have to cover definitely one. So because 0 and infinite are there in the polar plot. You see here in the polar plot we have done 0. Model polar plot I have taken, no. Model polar plot. You see at the starting point omega 0 I have written. At the ending point omega infinite I have written. So 0 and infinite compulsory we have to take in the tabular column. Okay, so and 1 is there, 1 is corner frequency, so 1 also I will take. And then between 0 and 1 I will take some 5-6 points. I will take 0 0.2, 0 0.4, 0 0.6, 0 0.8, like that. Okay, and 1.0. After 1.0, if we want some a few values, we will take 1.5, okay, 10, then 50, something like that. So all these corner frequencies we have to calculate magnitude, phase angle, then convert them to rectangular coordinates. Okay, so we have to calculate all these values at all these corner frequencies. Then you have to make a marking. Okay, how we will do the marking? Just roughly I will go with the discussion in the PDF. Then I will come back to this PP. This write up I will come back. So whatever I have discussed so far, I will show you in the textbook what they have done. Okay, so this is called the Bode form. Wherever S is there, substituted with j omega, it is called Bode form. So after Bode form, they have calculated magnitude and phase angle. You can see this is the magnitude, this is the phase angle. Okay, then they have made the tabular column. You see here 1.0 is there. They didn't put 0 infinite, but we understand omega values we should take from 0 to infinite. because only then the complete polar plot will be successful. Okay, by default 0 or 0.4, they are very close. Okay, and at infinity we will see, anyway. I will tell you in the graph sheet why 0 and infinite is not given much importance in this table. I will show you in the graph. Okay, whether we take 0 infinite, it is coming same values only, but we by default we will remember 0 and infinite should be taken. Okay, now 1.0 is the corner frequency. What are the other corner frequencies they have taken? You can see here 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, 0.9. It is their wish. But we have taken in the tabular column, our corner frequencies are 0 infinite by default we have taken, 1.0 also we have taken. In addition, 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8 we have taken. What corner frequencies we are taking? We have to calculate magnitude phase angle for those omega values using this equation. Okay, so here wherever omega is there we have to put 0, wherever omega is there we have to put 0.2. Like that, when we calculate magnitude, this column complete we will get the values. Now we have to put wherever omega is there with 0, wherever omega is there with 0.2, wherever omega is there with 0.6. Like that, if we calculate the phase angle, we will get the values from this complete column. Okay, now magnitude phase angle completed, which is called polar coordinates. You have to use calculator. I inquired today in exam branch. Happy news. Okay, in exam branch it is happy news. Final exam definitely graph sheets will be given. All of you compulsory you will do in graph sheets. Okay, internal it is optional. They told generally for internal lab exam, internal class test, graph sheets will not be given. If faculty is very adamant, okay, they can talk to the head of the exam department. Okay, and make it graph sheets are given in the class test also. But I am not doing that. Okay, for internal test I am not specially, because that is the procedure long ago it is followed. Internal test it is not given, but final exam it is given. That is the statement I got. So I will follow along with the rule. Okay, internal test they will not give, it seems. So you will do in the A4 paper. Final exam definitely how to do in the graph sheet. Please mentally be prepared for that. So graph sheet you should use calculator for converting all this coordinates, polar to rectangle coordinates. In the final exam you have to do in the graph sheet only. That's why I'm explaining now in graph sheet. Okay, I will show you the graph sheet in next page. Now, after calculating polar coordinates, use your calculators, convert them to rectangular. In the classroom I have taught, in the E2 section classroom I have taught. You have that yellow color, shift. Okay, shift rectangle off. You have to operate in calculator. Shift rectangle off. You give the magnitude comma phase angle, type equal to, real and imaginary part will come, so that you can fill up the values. Here you see in the textbook also what they have done. They made it two separate tables. Magnitude and phase angle in one table they have written horizontal, then real part, imaginary part they have written horizontal. I have taken it for convenience single table. Vertically I have put everything. Frequency also one time I have written, because they have separated them into two tables. They are writing the frequency two times. You see same values, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 7, 8, 9, 1.0, 1.1. They have split that polar coordinate separate table, rectangle coordinate separate table, nothing more than that. Okay, now for plotting, polar plot we can do either in polar graph sheet or in normal graph sheet. Okay, normal graph sheet means we know x-axis is real axis, y-axis is imaginary axis. So for doing the polar plot in normal graph sheet, you have to use the second table, which means rectangle coordinates you have to use. Okay, but if you are doing the polar plot in polar graph sheet, you have to use this table, polar coordinates we have to use. Okay, now I am showing you the graph sheet from this table, how the values are taken onto the graph sheet. I will show you. Okay, now you can see this is the graph sheet. This is the graph sheet. I am making it small. You can see all the lines. You have many lines here. See the angle also written. I will rotate it and show you later. So here is 0 degrees. So actually you have to rotate right. Okay, you have to rotate right this polar graph sheet and see, because positive x-axis means 0 degrees angle, 0 degrees angle. Negative x-axis means 180 degrees angle. You can see negative x-axis is this line. This line is negative x-axis. This is negative x-axis, okay, and this is positive x-axis. This is positive x-axis, okay. So they have tilted the graph sheet like this and they have put in the textbook, okay. But I will not leave you, you know, sometimes I am very rude. So graph sheet I have rotated. I have rotated. Now you can see right side I have put 0 degrees, okay, which is positive x-axis. Left side it is 180 degrees, negative x-axis. Then plus 90 means positive y-axis. You can see here plus 90. Anti-clockwise means positive angle. Clockwise means negative angle. So plus 90 or minus 270, one and the same. And negative y-axis you can see clockwise means minus 90, anti-clockwise means 270. So all these lines are representing angles. You see throughout the graph sheet, okay, outer border. You see throughout the graph sheet, outer border, angles are written. So all the lines represent angles. All the lines represent angles. Circles represent magnitude. Circles, all the infinite circles are there. Visibly some circles are there. Invisible circles are also there. Infinite concentric circles are present in the polar graph sheet. Okay. Now we will see from the tabular column how to make the plot. Okay, how to make the plot. You see here from the tabular column, this is polar coordinates. We have to use the polar coordinates for doing the graph in polar graph sheet. Okay, polar coordinates are used for doing the graph in polar graph sheet. So now magnitude and phase angle. What are the magnitudes you see here? 2.2, 1.6, 1.2, 1 is 0.8, 0.6, 0.5, 0.4. These are the magnitudes obtained after calculation. Okay, so phase angles are already lines present in the graph sheet, but magnitude circles are given. Different magnitudes will come in different problems. So circles we only have to assign which circle is which magnitude. Okay, I am going to graph sheet. You can see the graph sheet. They have put on negative x-axis some values. On negative x-axis they have covered all the magnitude values from the table. Minimum is 0.4, maximum is 2.2. Okay, in the graph sheet what they have done, 0.4, you can see this is a unity circle, dark circle. Okay, this dark circle is 1.0 radius, 1.0 radius. Okay, and then they have written here 1.5 left side 2.0, 2.5. So 2.2 is covered in the tabular column. 2.2 is covered in the graph sheet, and 1.0 covered unity circle. Inside 1.0 you will have 0.8, 0.6, 0.5, 0.4. Okay, so now here you can see some values are written. You can give naming. This is they are taking 0.9. This circle they are taking 0.9. Okay, and the magnitudes they have written. I will see the original textbook. This is zoomed version, no, not very clearly seen. In the in the graph, these are omega values. These are omega values. Okay, omega values are different. Omega equal to 0 at the starting point, omega equal to infinite at the ending point of polar plot. But circles are different. This is 1.0 circle. So you have to take inner circle. Inner circle. You see the, I will tell like this. I will make it more clear. So 1.0 magnitude is there. At what frequency? 0.7. Okay. In the graph sheet you see 1.0 magnitude means this one. You can see my cursor is visible. I'll take some hand symbol will be there here. I'll take this brush will come. No, this eraser will come. Yes. Now this eraser I am using it as a cursor. Okay. So you see here this point. Here they have put one dot. Okay. You see positive x-axis on the right side, 0 degrees angle. Negative x-axis on the left side. Okay, 180 degrees angle. So negative y-axis bottom it is my plus 270 or minus 90 degrees. Now I am in the third quadrant. I am doing the graph in the third quadrant. Okay, from the tabular column obtained, omega value 0.4 means, omega value 0.4 means this is omega value 0.4. What is the magnitude? 2.2. Phase angle is minus 134. Okay, 2.2 and minus 134. Go in the graph sheet. Minus 134. Where is the angle? This line represents minus 130. This line represents minus 140. It is written in the graph sheet only. Minus 130, minus 140 are written in the graph sheet only. It is minus 134. And see the circle. See the circle. This is the circle they are taking. This circle is 2.0. This circle is 2.5. So in between one of the circle they are taking it 2.2. So this dot what they have put, okay, on the circle of 2.2, this dot what they have mentioned is on the circle 2.2 and the radial line minus 134 degrees. Okay, this dot completed. I am going to discuss about this dot, another dot. You see the calculation, second magnitude after 0.4 at 0.5, at 0.5 omega value, magnitude 1.6 and angle is minus 143. Okay, omega value 0.5, magnitude 1.6, angle is minus 143. See the graph sheet. Minus 143, where it will come, this line is minus 140, this line is minus 150. So somewhere in between this they have taken minus 143 and magnitude is 1.6. Okay, you see which circle they have put. You can see this is the circle which is between 1.5 and 2.0, which is between 1.5 and 2.0, which means this is 1.6 circle they have assumed. Okay, so this value what they have put at omega 0.5 on the circle 1.6 and angle minus 143. Second dot completed. Okay, I'm talking about the third dot. Third dot, you see the calculation. See the calculation at 0.6 omega value, magnitude 1.2, angle minus 151. Okay, so go in the graph sheet along the angle minus 151. You take first the radial line, first the angle. You go with the angle, then decide which circle. Okay, minus 151. Angle is very clear. Minus 151, where it will come? This is minus 150. This is minus 160. They have put the dot very close to minus 150, which means minus 151 is the angle. Minus 151 is the angle. And the circle is 1.2. You see here, this circle they have assumed 1.2. And the angle at minus 151, they have put a dot. Omega value 0.6. Okay, like that all the dots they have mentioned. I am coming to this dot where omega value is 1.1. You see here omega value 1.1. I am going to the calculation. So omega value 1.1. Okay, magnitude 0.4, phase angle minus 185. 185 means what? It will come to the second quadrant. Minus 180 is negative x-axis. Minus 185 means it will come to the second quadrant. Okay, so angle minus 185 and the magnitude is 0.4. See the graph sheet. So this dot I am talking of. Okay, negative x-axis is minus 180. Next line above this is minus 190. Now in the center of that minus 185 they have taken, and the magnitude they have taken as 0.4. In the calculation we got 0.4. So magnitude 0.4 they have marked somewhere here. This is 1.0. So at the center somewhere we can take 0.5. So this value becomes 0.4. Circle is 0.4 and the radial line phase angle is minus 185 at omega value 1.1. Okay, like that first dots we have to put them and we have to join them. We have to join the dots. Okay, and unity circle, in beginning itself we have to decide which we are taking. 1.0 circle, any circle you can take covering all the values in the calculation. You see here they have taken this omega values and they got magnitude phase angle. So covering the circles for this magnitudes, covering the circles for, we need 2.2, we need minimum 0.4. Based on that you take 1.0 circle, any circle. Okay, so below 1.0 you will have all the 0.4, 0.5, 0.8. Outside 1.0 you will have 1.2, 1.6, 2.2. Okay, so now after putting the dots we got the graph like this. It is from the third quadrant, it is moving to origin in the second quadrant. Our model plot also you see here, it is from the third quadrant moving to the origin at second quadrant. Similar plot we got it. Okay, so now omega value they have taken, omega value minimum they have taken 0.4. Okay, but here if we take 0 also, omega value 0 also, accordingly calculation will come with angle close to minus 27 minus 90. Okay, which is close to minus y axis, which is close to minus y axis, like that. In the calculation they didn't take 0, no. If they take 0, if they take 0, angle will come minus close to minus 90 also. So the graph will be close to y-axis at the starting point. Okay. So like this, we can do the graph in polar graph sheet. Now I am going with gain margin, phase margin calculation. Gain margin, phase margin calculation. What I showed you the graph in Paint. Now it is in the textbook. It is somewhat rotated. You please see here. Okay, I will go with this one only. So this is in the Paint. Okay. So now gain margin, phase margin. This is the unity circle. This is the unity circle. First we have to calculate what is omega value at 1.0 magnitude. What is omega value at 1.0 magnitude? That is called gain crossover frequency. Okay. So 0.7 is the gain crossover frequency. 1.0 is the magnitude. Okay. Now, what is the phase angle minus 180, omega value at phase angle minus 180? That is called phase crossover frequency. So the polar plot is cutting the minus 180, which is negative x-axis. Negative x-axis is minus 180 line. Polar plot is cutting negative x-axis. So what is omega value at that point? It is 1.0. Okay, 1.0 is phase crossover frequency. 0.7 is gain crossover frequency. Now, at gain crossover, we will calculate phase margin. At gain crossover, we have to calculate phase margin. So you join this dot where the polar plot cutting unity circle, join this dot with origin. See the dotted line here. See the dotted line here. You are joining with origin. Clockwise angle you measure, that is called pi gc. That is called pi gc, clockwise measurement. And that value came as minus 159. Okay. Phase margin is pi gc plus 180. So pi gc then minus 159. That will become the phase margin. You can see here the calculation they have done. 21 minus 159 plus 180, that becomes plus 21 degrees, that is phase margin. Okay. Now gain margin we have to calculate at phase crossover frequency, where the polar plot is cutting negative x-axis. Negative x-axis means 180 degrees, minus 180 degrees. Where the polar plot cutting minus 180 degrees, that omega value is called phase crossover frequency. And now what is the magnitude, circle value? What is the circle value at this point? That is GA. 1 by mod GA will become gain margin absolute. 1 by mod GA will become gain margin absolute. If you apply 20 logarithm, it will become dB values of gain margin. You see here at this 1.0, omega value 1.0, the circle is 0.5. Circle is 0.5 magnitude. Okay, because this is 1.0 circle, and if you see at 1.0 in the calculation also, in the tabular column calculation also, okay, at 1.0 omega value 1.0, magnitude we got 0.5, that circle magnitude is 0.5. Okay, so in the graph sheet 0.5 is used because omega pc is 1.0. At omega pc magnitude calculation is 0.5 value. So 1 by that magnitude becomes absolute value of gain margin. If we want dB value, apply 20 logarithm to this. Okay, that becomes dB value. Okay, that becomes dB value of gain margin. So this is phase margin and gain margin calculation from the polar plot. Okay, with this polar plot completed,